Apex, North Carolina. This is the newest park in
Alright,
the price of his hats exponentially rose to millions.
You can sell them for billions of Robux. To answer the question, how did the richest Roblox player actually get rich?
I could watch you fall. It's the
Right foot, two stops. Left foot, two stops.
Have you ever seen someone win without even trying? Our high school had this massive dodgeball
Okay.
tournament every spring.
All right.
Juniors versus seniors.
Hi, EJ.
Have you ever seen someone win without even trying? Our high school had this massive dodgeball tournament every spring. Juniors versus seniors, and whoever won skipped the fitness test that quarter. The entire gym. Have you ever seen someone win without even trying? Our high school had this massive dodgeball tournament every spring. Juniors versus seniors, and whoever won got to skip the fitness test that quarter. The entire gym would pack with kids screaming their heads off. This year, the stakes felt higher. Our senior class captain was Jake, this chill guy who played baseball but wasn't like super intense about it. The junior captain was Austin, who basically lived in the weight room and never let anyone forget it. Draft day was pure chaos. Austin went first, obviously picking his gym buddy Connor. Jake picked Emma, who did track. Back and forth it went. All the usual suspects getting chosen. The football guys, the soccer girls, kids who actually showed up to PE instead of hiding in the bathroom. I was sitting in the bleachers with my phone, honestly just waiting for this whole thing to be over. I'm not athletic at all. I wear oversized hoodies, and my idea of cardio is walking to the vending machine. Then I heard my name, Drew. Everyone turned to look at Jake like he'd lost his mind. A few people actually laughed. Austin smirked and whispered something to Connor that made them both crack up. I pointed at myself like, me? Jake nodded. Yeah, you. I walked down to join the team, my face burning red. People were already making jokes about how this was basically a free win for the juniors. The tournament started. First few rounds, I did exactly what everyone expected. Nothing. I stood in the back corner, maybe moved a step or two when balls came flying my way. Honestly, I was just trying not to embarrass myself completely. Nice strategy, Jake, Austin yelled across the gym after we won our second match. Hide the weak link in the back. By the semifinals, most of our good players were out. It was down to me, Jake, Emma, and two other kids against Austin's full squad of athletes. That's when something clicked. I stopped thinking about everyone watching. I stopped caring about looking stupid. I just started moving the way I did every single day after school. See, nobody at school knew this, but my little cousins are absolutely obsessed with dodgeball. Like weirdly obsessed. Every family barbecue, every weekend sleepover, every random Tuesday when I'm babysitting, we're in the backyard throwing tennis balls at each other for hours. My aunt even bought them this whole set with foam balls and everything. I've been dodging projectiles thrown by sugar-high 8-year-olds for like 3 years straight. The finals came down to 5 juniors versus just me and Jake. Austin was grinning like Christmas morning. This is gonna be embarrassing. The whistle blew. I dropped into this weird crouch I'd learned from dodging my cousin Tyler's fastballs. First throw came right at my head. I slid left without even thinking. Second ball aimed for my legs. I jumped and caught it one-handed. Austin was out. The gym went completely silent for like 2 seconds, then exploded. Kids were literally standing on the bleachers. I was in some kind of zone now. Everything felt slow motion. Duck, weave, catch, throw. Duck, weave, catch, throw. One by one, the juniors went down. Last kid standing was Connor, Austin's buddy. He wound up for this massive throw, putting everything behind it. The ball came screaming toward my chest. I caught it with both hands, barely stumbling. Game over. Seniors win. The entire gym rushed the court. Jake ran over and lifted me off the ground like I'd just won the Super Bowl. Dude, how did you
Yes, good, MBN.
know? Emma asked Jake while everyone was celebrating. Jake just shrugged. Saw him during warm-ups last week. Kid moves different when he thinks nobody's watching.
If MBN joins, then we'll need one.
Turns out, Jake had been observing everyone for weeks, looking for hidden talent. He noticed how I unconsciously dodged when kids threw crumpled papers in class, how I never got hit during the random ball games.
Okay, MBN.
Have you ever seen someone win without seniors? Jake had been observing everyone for weeks, looking for hidden talent. He noticed how I unconsciously dodged when kids threw crumpled papers in class, how I never got hit during the random ball games in PE. Have you ever seen someone win without even trying? Our high school had this massive dodgeball tournament every spring, juniors versus seniors, and whoever won got to skip the fitness test that quarter. The entire gym would pack with kids.
I just picked up a shotgun and it looks 7253836. He's my teammate and he's waiting for a stick. I just picked up a shotgun and it looks like a dick. Now I'm gonna kill this kid and get my lick.
People who were kicked out of their homes, what happened? I taught my cousins a language that changed our lives forever. You see, my family had this rule about women and silence. A woman's voice was considered poison after her 16th birthday. The silence ceremony happened at midnight. Your father holds you down while your mother sews a red thread across your lips. Not literally, but you wore that thread on your wrist as a reminder. Break the rule once, they'll lock you in the laundry room without food. Break it twice, they'll pull a tooth. Nobody broke it 3 times. Women's silence was like a currency. Whichever man had the quietest house was the most praised in society. At family gatherings, my uncles would compete like kids showing off baseball cards. Mira hasn't made a sound since January, Uncle Deb would boast, spreading his fingers. In response, Uncle Raj would lean back, smirking, that's nothing. Priya's going on 2 years.
It's good,
When
Eli.
the doctor asked her a question at her checkup, she just pointed at me to answer. It actually sounds crazy saying it out loud, but for so long, this is just the way things were. And I myself was the loudest person I knew. I couldn't even get through a conversation without laughing at something the other person.
But yeah, it's good, Eli. Congrats on sub 21. What servers is it? Hopefully East.
Even if it wasn't meant to be funny. I loved singing lyrics out loud and making weird sounds with my friends, so I knew if I didn't find an answer soon, then my life would be over. But I wanted the problem to go away by itself. And one day, it did. I was sitting in 7th grade when Ms. Brown told us that we needed to take a foreign language. My ears perked up, because ASL, American Sign Language, counted. You see, the whole time me and my family were in the USA, because it wasn't until you turned 16 and made the vow of silence
That run is so slow, yeah.
you were sent back to the motherland. And there, you were forced to settle down and have kids. So 3 times a week, I sat in Ms. Brown's classroom learning to speak with my hands. Adrenaline pumped through my veins. If she so much as texted my parents about my choice of language, they'd find out what I was up to, and my life would be over. I even didn't know what I was going to do with the lessons, because no one around me spoke the language. But then came Diwali dinner. All our relatives flew in from the motherland to eat at our house. It was supposed to be the happiest time of the year. But during the meal, I noticed Priya sitting by herself at the end of the table. There were tears silently streaming down her face, and she was unable to tell me.
Please! I got the second. Oh yeah, let's go. Imagine falling.
She was 17, a year into her silence. When no one was looking, I handed her to tell anyone why. She was 17, a year into her silence. When no one was looking, I handed her a glass of water with a note in my hand. Meet me by the garden shed. Bring your sister. I told everyone that I noticed her sari was wrinkled, and I was going to teach her how to fold it properly in the shed. That's how it started. Every family gathering, while the men watched cricket and the silenced women served food, me and the younger girls would cluster together, all desperate to avoid our fate. I taught them letters first, then words. Then we had whole conversations flowing between our fingers. We got creative with practice locations, signing while washing dishes, our hands hidden in soapy water. We developed our own secret gesture. A flick of the wrist meant he's coming. A thumb brush meant save this conversation for later. By the time I turned 15, we had a full network. 12
I'm gay. I mean, what? What? Yo, who said that? Yo, Isaiah, why would you say that? That's crazy. Wait, MBN, if you call you like plushies and you like big dick in your mouth, okay? You like big dick in your call. If you call in the next 10 seconds, you like big dick. What's wrong with sold? No, you said you're gay. Like that's crazy out here. Like you're like, I'm gay. Oh, I'm being okay. Good, good boy. I'm just trying to do this shit. I'm gay. I mean, yo, Isaiah, stop saying you're gay, bro. Like we know, but like, You don't have to point it out. Bro, I'm gay! I'm gay! Oh, bro, Isaiah, bro, we get it. We get it, bro. We get it. I'm not saying, yes, you are, bro. You're literally saying, I'm gay! Like, we know.
People who were kicked out of the standing there in her red wedding sari, our hands hidden in soapy water. We developed our own secret gesture. A flick of the wrist meant he's coming. A thumb brush meant save this conversation for later. By the time I turned 15, we had a full network. 12 girls between the ages of 9 and 15, all fluent in a language our fathers and brothers couldn't understand. The older women noticed but said nothing. Others started learning by watching us. Everything crashed down at my cousin Angeli's wedding. She was 15, marrying a 65-year-old man who'd specifically chosen her for her early, well-trained silence. We were halfway through the ceremony when I noticed her 11-year-old sister glaring right at me. When I looked down at her hands, she signed, he hits her. She showed me the bruises. I watched Angeli standing there in her red wedding sari, unable to object to her own marriage. Something in me snapped. As he started the final vow, I stood up and spoke, but this time it wasn't in sign language. It was out loud. She doesn't want this marriage. He's been hurting her. My mother's face turned ghost white. There were gasps all around me. The room exploded. 200 guests staring as I broke the cardinal rule. My father grabbed my arm, hissing about shame and consequences, but he froze in his tracks because 6 other girls stood up, some speaking for the first time in years. We know about the beatings, one exclaimed. This is effing illegal, another one shouted. That's when I heard sirens outside. Through the window, I saw 2 police cars and a CPS van. Someone had called them about a marriage in progress. Full story on channel, link below. People who were kicked out of their homes, what happened?
The room exploded? The room exploded in like, it 15 and 65-year-old is crazy. Like, you're abusing, bro? You're already dating a 15-year-old and you're 65. There's no point in abusing. Bro, hold umbrella. That's it. That's it. And that's it. Everyone's banned. Everyone in this custom banned. Early morning. This like skin feels so weird. Oh my god. I'm used to like plain being, but not a full skin. Easy third.
My husband left me to be with a girl half of his age, so I took the game to the next level.
What?
Left me to be with a girl half of his age.
My husband?
My husband left me to be with a girl half of his age, so I
Half of his age?
took the game to the next level and slept with
So okay, let's say I'm 13. That mean I'd be sleeping with a 6.5-year-old.
his mistress's father. I used to be married to my husband Alan before we got divorced 3 years ago because he had an affair with the intern working in his office. He made the typical excuses like I fell out of love, she makes me feel special, and our intimacy life was boring. What made it worse was that his mistress, Lisa, was my daughter's friend, so it was disgusting on his part overall. My daughter and son don't have a good relationship with their dads, especially my daughter having cut his dad off out of her life. I was pretty devastated. My whole world fell apart. I'm still in therapy for some issues. His father came into my house and apologized for his daughter's behavior and that he had taught her better than this.
Fuck. I'm bored of man, I said. I mean, Isaiah said. Oh, why is that? Bro, Isaiah keeps saying he's gay, like, we don't know. Imagine not getting first. He's like,
But everything changed when I discovered therapy for some issues. AP's father once came into my house and apologized for his daughter's behavior and that he had taught her better than this. His wife abandoned him and his daughter when she was little, so he hopes that Lisa knew about how disappointed his father was. For some weird reasons, we continued to talk, probably because we were both betrayed spouses. He helped me go through with the pain. He eventually asked me out and said he hadn't had loving feelings to keep them since his wife left him. He knows it will make him feel apart. I'm still in therapy for some issues. AP's father once came into my house and apologized for his. My husband left me to be with a girl half of his age, so I took the game to the next level and slept with his mistress's father. I used to be married to my husband Alan before we got divorced 3 years ago because he had an affair with the intern working in his office. He made the typical excuses like I fell out of love, she makes me feel special, and our intimacy life was boring. What made it worse was that his mistress, Lisa, was my daughter's friend, so it was disgusting on his.
oh, it's bad, Pad. Yes, yes. Practice. Please. Oh, you guys are gay, bro. Man, that's crazy. Fucking hell.
Overall, my daughter and son don't have a good relationship with their dads, especially my daughter having cut his dad off out of her life. I was pretty devastated. My whole world fell apart. I'm still in therapy for some issues. AP's father once came into my house and apologized.
I don't know what's going on. Just fucking like top, like whatever's on it. It's like annoying.
have a good relationship with their dad, especially my daughter having cut his dad off out of her life. I was pretty devastated. My whole world fell apart. I'm still in therapy for some issues. AP's father once
Who the fuck is AP? Fucking
came into my house and apologized for his daughter's behavior and that he had talked to her better than this. His wife abandoned
Oh.
him and his daughter when she was little, so he hoped that Lisa knew about how disappointed his father was. For some weird reasons, we continued to talk, probably because we were both betrayed spouses. He helped me go through with the pain. He eventually asked me out and said he hadn't had loving feelings for anyone since his wife left him. He knows it will make things complicated. I am also wrong, but everything changed when I discovered Lisa's affair with my husband. The betrayal cut deep. I found myself spiraling into thoughts of revenge. Wonderful partner and I genuinely like him. We've had multiple conversations about our situation, and while I had doubts, there haven't been any red flags. Ezra wants to tell his daughter about us, though I'm unsure how to explain him sleeping with her dad. My daughter finds the whole thing hilarious. I'm only continuing this relationship because I know Lisa will eventually genuinely like him. We've had multiple conversations about our situation.
I can't fucking understand this shit. I don't understand this shit, man. Oh, MBN stop bodying. I blame it on MBN for me calling, because, like, I looked at him and it was green. It threw me off, because I don't like green. No. Hey. That's gay, bro. That's gay. Wait. We all keep falling. Bro, I have to go so slow so I don't fall, bro.
If you woke up as the owner of Roblox, how long could you last? On day 1, you couldn't be happier. You gave everyone infinite Robux to make them all like you. But on day 2, you get angry calls from developers. Why would they be mad? You pick up the phone and they start complaining. Now that everyone has infinite Robux, money is now worthless, which means there's nothing left to earn. Nothing to work for. So by day 5, every Roblox game stops updating.
Okay, guys. That has to be the right mid frogs side. I mean, up and down. Flat 1 console record. Yeah, that has to be it. Whatever I just said.
Hitting one by one. Player counts die rapidly, so you've got to come up with something. Day 10, you decide to ban
I have even spawned you left hammer.
since giving everyone Robux did start this whole mess, so it's an easy fix, right? But by day 15, the player
What the fuck, nigga? I mean, frick you, game. I should have just went for like freaking good pack. That would have been crazy. Man.
drops even more. Realize that because there's no Robux, the platform falls apart. The avatar shop breaks, the game passes break, and Roblox's value plummets. You try to undo everything, but you can't. You don't know how to code, and you can't hire anyone because you're now bankrupt. Day 20. You start to realize that great power comes with great responsibility, and it should only be given to people who worked hard for it. But all of a sudden, wake up. Thank God it was just a nightmare. If you woke up as the owner of Roblox, how long could you last? On day 1, you couldn't be happier. You gave everyone infinite Robux to make them all like you. But on day 2, you get angry calls from developers. Why would they be mad? You pick up the phone and they start complaining. Now that everyone has infinite Robux, money is now worthless, which means there's nothing left to earn, nothing to work for. So by day 5, every Roblox game stops updating one by one. player counts die rapidly, so you gotta come up with something. Day 10, we decide to ban Robux from the platform since giving everyone Robux did start this whole mess, so it's an easy fix, right? But by day 15, the player count drops even more. You realize that because there's no Robux, the platform falls apart. The avatar shop breaks, the game passes break, and Roblox's value plummets. You try to undo everything, but you can't. You don't know how to code, and you can't hire anyone because you're now bankrupt. Day 20. You start to realize that great power comes with great responsibility, and it should only be given to people who worked hard for it.
So guys, in this video, I'm going to be doing something I have never
Changing. I'll jo- She keeps on texting. Well, like her just that. Just like Steph. That would have been crazy too. And ambience on our own, I'm guessing. Bro, it's always when it's bad pad, bro. I have to do something. Join back so I can start and then leave.